go. Okay. Hi, I'm Micah, and this is my presentation on my story/game called Roaming Rats at Wellston. So, the genre of this story will most closely align with action-adventure and roleplay. In terms of story structure, it takes from both action, adventure, and roleplay. But in terms of the dialogue system and objectives and quests, it takes more from the roleplay side of things. The target platform for this game would have to be console and PC. I just don't think the I just don't think the screen space for mobile would best suit this story or this game rather. And while you can dock the Switch to display on a TV or a larger screen, that won't always be readily available. And I do think this game would be better suited for a larger screen. So, the general summary of this story is somehow through interesting events, you and your friend have unintentionally unleashed a killer mutant rat on the school grounds of the academy you're at, called Wellston. Using the available resources that you have on campus, you must reach a solution to this problem, whether that's by simply killing it, avoiding it until spring break so that's someone else's problem, or by somehow convincing it to work with you for whatever reasons you might need it. For the setting, most of the story will take place at Wellston Academy. This is an academy that is located in the capital of the country called Ons, and excuse me, and this academy is known for its high-quality science-based educational system. It was founded by a famous scientist who cracked the code behind time travel, the Albert Einstein. And to give you an idea, when I say it's roughly the size of a medium-sized university, you can think kind of like GMU. You can kind of think of Mason, but in-game or other examples would be Yuva Academy on the left from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and on the right side is just an outside picture of a university. That would kind of represent how outside of Wellston Academy would look. You have your general buildings, your dorms, and your other outside areas. So, important characters. You, the player, Maxwell, are considered a genius among many. Because of that, you find most things boring. So when you enroll at this academy, you hope to find something that you can't understand. You hope to run into and experience something you can't understand, something that will change your worldview and make it so that the world you live in isn't so boring. And when you enroll here, you happen to be roomed up with your future best friend Russell, who is notoriously known for being devious and cunning, and kind of a troublemaker, a prankster, if you will. But in all, he's not a bad guy. He's just a little mischievous, and he can be considered your partner in crime for the rat unleashing. Mr. Prone is a teacher at Wilson Academy who teaches you and Russell genetics. He also tends to be the butt of the butt of you and Russell's jokes as well. And Tattling Terry is your arch nemesis and possibly the suspect behind the unleashing of the rat, but we don't know. We don't know for sure. And for important groups, there are three main groups at Wilson Academy: the Life Sciences group, the Earth Sciences group, and the Physical Sciences group. The school, or the academy rather, is split between these three scientific fields, and each student, and the students, once they are enrolled at Wellston, have the option to choose between these three courses. And the campus is unofficially split between these three sections, each under the control of one of the groups. During the game, this won't necessarily affect you that much, but once the last class ends, this, I guess, more so the effect of these classes, or these factions, if you will, are put into effect. And a good way you could think about these groups would be in the top right, Fire Emblem Three Houses, or in the bottom left, there's Hogwarts. They're not necessarily malicious towards each other, but you can consider friendly or fierce rivalry between the three, or between these three groups. The easiest or closest comparisons that I can make to this were Fire Emblem Three Houses and Zelda Breath of the Wild. Zelda or Fire Emblem Three Houses because of the three groups and the being able to talk to everyone during certain times and being able to start quests with them, and Breath of the Wild for the more open world aspect, though it's only on a specific in a specific area, you are free to explore and do pretty much whatever you want. There is no linear story involved. For things that make this game stand out among the others, it would have to be the use of persisting entities in the game, such as the demon rat that will be consistently on campus causing mayhem, um, and other entities that could be persisting throughout the game if you so choose or go down that route that would cause that to happen. The humorous or comical dialogue that will be present in the game, and the interesting character interactions. And in the game, and like stated before, the game being open world yet with a sense of direction. It's not so much letting you give you free reign, which some people might find a little too overwhelming, but it also isn't too suffocating and restrictive with more linear style games. Thank you. This is the end of my presentation, and here are the references. The games used were Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Skyrim, Sims 4, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and Fire Emblem Three Houses. And the media used were Godzilla and Harry Potter. Thank you again.